And we begin tonight with a weather impact alert as active monsoon storms bring dust into the valley. This is what it looked like at I-10 and Wild Horse Pass about 30 minutes ago. You can see it's pretty dusty there as folks are driving around the valley this evening.
And the dust moved further into the valley. This was at the Loop 202 and 56th Street earlier. The valley has not seen any rain tonight with these storms, but we are in for some dust and wind. So let's get you right to meteorologist Lindsay Riley for a look at what we can expect.
Well, we could still see the poor air quality with that dust for another couple of hours in the valley. We had a couple outflow boundaries that originated down in Pinal County from storms in Pima County, and that all lifted to the north. Couple gusty winds, Glendale at 23 miles per hour. It's also seeing some gusty winds further to the south. That's those outflow boundaries literally traveling across the county as we speak. Here's some of those dying thunderstorms. So some light rain in Casa Grande, the I-8. But we've had much heavier showers and thunderstorms across parts of Pima County. All these red boxes that you see here are flash flood warnings. So these has been a very active night, and these decaying thunderstorms is what caused those outflow boundaries and some of the blowing dust. A little bit quieter further north, although we do have one area of strong thunderstorms between Holbrook and Payson, so just north of the rim country there. As we take a look at our hour by hour in Phoenix overnight, there is a slight chance for a passing shower. Well, as you can see here, about 10% or so between 4 and 6 a.m. Tomorrow morning will be a cloudy start, but as we break into sunshine beginning around 1 to 2 in the afternoon, that's going to destabilize our atmosphere, and we will have additional storm chances by the late afternoon and early evening tomorrow. Caribe.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. New tonight, the race to fill Arizona's 7th congressional seat is now set. Tonight's special primary election was the first step to fill longtime Congressman Raul Grijalva's seat, representing most of southern Arizona.
Grijalva's daughter, Adelita Grijalva, is projected to win the Democratic nomination with over 60% of the vote. Progressive influencer Deja Fox was second with 20% of the vote. On the Republican side, Daniel Gutierrez is projected to win the GOP nomination. He'll face off against Grijalva in the November special election. It's a race that will be closely watched this November.
And one person who will be watching that race is our very own 12 News journalist, Bram Resnick. Bram is joining us now live from the Grijalva Watch Party in Tucson. Bram, I would imagine spirits are very high there tonight.
The party's not over, Tram. This party could keep going all night. This room was filled with hundreds of people, and they just erupted when the numbers on the screen showed Adelita Grijalva's resounding victory, which could come as a surprise to some, but as you'll find out, did not come as a surprise to Adelita Grijalva. The first speaker on the stage after the victory was declared was Mona Grijalva, the Congressman Raul Grijalva's widow, Adelita Grijalva's mother. She took the stage first, moved to tears when she recalled there was a celebration of life of the late Raul Grijalva in this same room just 4 months ago, and now her daughter had won his seat. Mona Grijalva then shifted to hardball politics, declaring, "We beat them real bad." Now I asked Adelita Grijalva how she defied some expectations. The national media was kind of holding on to hope that Deja Fox had a chance. You didn't think so, did you?
What we heard at the doors was overwhelmingly supportive, and I think what this says is the same way that people sort of get ahead of this idea. In this race, I'm not a Rockefeller, I'm a Grijalva from the south side of Tucson, and we are invested in this community, and the community members saw through that.
And Adelita Grijalva gave credit to the machine, La Máquina, built up by her father and herself while she was in political office, that knocked on doors, talked to voters, and got out the vote. Now, what comes next? Adelita Grijalva goes on to a general election in September. She is a heavy favorite in this majority Latino, majority Democratic safe seat. Also, I should add, her opponents, Deja Fox and Daniel Hernandez, both conceded earlier this evening. We're live in Tucson. Bram Resnick, 12 News.
All right, Bram, thank you. More than 24 people were arrested across northern Arizona today as part of a massive federal investigation into the Cult Grill. The restaurant has 4 locations across Yavapai County, all of which were raided this morning. A 5th location in Alabama was raided as well. Homeland Security tells us that 4 people are facing charges of money laundering, labor exploitation, and human smuggling. Roughly 20 more people will face immigration charges. Officials haven't released any more information about the investigation.
Tonight, only on 12 News, the owner of a popular West Valley sushi chain is speaking out as she sits in an Arizona immigration facility facing deportation. Her family pushing back against the system that's put her behind bars, pleading for a return to normalcy.
12 News journalist Sean Rice is joining us now in studio live after speaking with her and her family. And Sean, how are they feeling at this point?
Yeah, Mark Rebe, it's been an incredibly difficult last 2 months for the Yu family as she works through this incredibly difficult process. It's been difficult for Kelly herself, Kelly Yu, her husband, and her 21-year-old daughter as well. She has owned and operated Kauai Sushi in North Peoria for nearly a decade. It's a business that regularly gives back to that community that has so graciously supported them. And despite living here in the U.S. for the past 21 years with 0 criminal record, due to the fact that she does not have legal status, she now faces likely deportation back to China.
We didn't do anything wrong.
The emotions.
How to say it? We're not criminals.
For Kelly Yu, incredibly raw as she video chats from an immigration detention facility in Eloy, Arizona. She's been locked up since the end of May, away from her husband, Aldo, a U.S. citizen, and her daughter, Zita, who has protected status after being born here in the States.
We go there every single day, and there's not going to be one person that's not going to ask us, about where is she or how's she doing. Yeah, very painful.
The Peoria business owner is from Hong Kong, China. ICE tells 12 News she crossed the border with Mexico illegally back in 2004. The following year, an immigration judge ordered her removed from the United States. At the same time, she sought asylum.
I was only 18 years old when I was pregnant. And then so that's why, with the fear of the marriage age and the kid, so only with one kid policy, one child policy.
Kelly fled China while pregnant at the age of 18, giving birth to her daughter Zita shortly after making it across. She also has a sister who ran from the communist government in China, adding another reason for her to flee. But multiple judges did not see it that way. Court records show a Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals judge denied her appeal on an asylum denial back in 2016. You've been here in America for 21 years. Was there ever an attempt to obtain U.S. citizenship? Was that something you ever tried to do?
Yes. With someone crossing the border, we have to win the case in order to get our citizenship.
As she sat inside an immigration detention facility for nearly the last 2 months, she's left her business, customers, and more importantly, her family behind.
She's been here, she built successful businesses, gives back to the community, creates jobs for first-timers, for high school kids, pays taxes. Why would you want to remove somebody like that?
Her businesses remain open, serving the Peoria community fresh sushi rolls at 2 locations as its owner sits in a detention center with an uncertain future.
I'm a provider in our family. I'm a caretaker, my daughter, my husband, my mom. And so taking me away from my family is just, it's very difficult.
And Kelly's efforts to give back to her community has included donations to local high school baseball teams, food donations to the Peoria Police Department, and to homeless shelters in the area. She does have what is called a final order of removal back to Hong Kong, and ICE tells me she will remain in their custody until she is deported. But that is a decision she and her family tells me she hopes ICE reconsiders. Caribe.
All right, Sean, thank you for that. Tonight, the Dragon Bravo fire continues to burn along the Grand Canyon's north rim. The fire has grown to more than 8,000 acres and is 0% contained. The north rim remains closed at this time. In a statement today, the National Park Service defended how the fire was handled, saying in part, quote, "We've lost buildings, but hundreds of lives were saved due to the fact that this fire was expertly handled.
Tonight, Chandler police are recommending a criminal charge of child abuse against an East Valley father after his young son drowned in their backyard pool. The death happened in May and involves the child of popular social media influencer Trigg Kiser. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with a local attorney about the seriousness of these charges.
Trigg Kiser has millions of followers on social media, posting dozens of videos of motherhood and her family. Brady Kiser, her husband, and their 2 sons. Now Chandler police announced Brady is facing a possible felony for the death of their 3-year-old son, Trigg, after he was pulled from their backyard pool and died. Police records obtained by 12 News claim that back in May, on the day of the incident, Brady told police that Emily went out with friends and he was watching Trigg and their newborn son at their Chandler home. He said their 3-year-old son went outside to play when Brady became distracted by their other son, reportedly telling police he lost sight of Trigg for 3 to 5 minutes. When he went to look outside, he found Trigg in the water. Now police have submitted a charge of felony child abuse against him.
Class 4 felony means that a person is negligent. That means they didn't do anything right. Maybe they should have prevented the drowning.
Attorney Benjamin Taylor says if found guilty, Brady could face 1 to nearly 4 years behind bars, depending on his criminal history.
If you're a first-time offender, you have no prior felonies, sometimes you can get less time, even get probation.
But it's all in the hands of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office now to either dismiss the case or move forward.
It's a very sad case because you're dragging this family that has already lost a child. However, the county attorney's job is to prosecute and get justice for all victims.
Again, Brady Kiser has yet to be formally charged. Police have just recommended that felony charge. The county attorney's office told 12 News that this case is currently under review and cannot provide additional comments about it. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thank you.